We've been looking at the book, The Power of Advertising. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about advertising. So this section is called, What is Advertising? Have you ever made a poster to tell people about a special event? If so, you are advertising. Advertising is a kind of communication. Its purpose is to inform people about a particular event, idea, or product. Most advertising is designed to sell products and services. However, businesses are not the only ones who use advertisements. And then we have this little heading here that says political ads. Politicians use advertisements to present their views and ideas. Political ads appear on TV, in newspapers, and magazines, and online. At election time, political advertising increases. Politicians use buttons, banners, posters, and lawn signs to convince people to elect them to office. Politicians use advertising to reach voters in many different ways. And then we have a picture here with a caption that says signs and posters are a simple kind of advertisement. Our next section is advertising for a cause. But before I read that, I see a photo and I see a caption here that says ads like this try to convince people to change their behavior. Advertising for a cause. Many organizations and charities use public service ads. These ads tell people about certain causes, provide helpful information, or ask for donations. Ads like the one above try to convince people to change their behavior and stop smoking. Some public service ads encourage people to recycle, feed the hungry, and drive safely. So I'm going to ask you to stop here and do some thinking. What did you learn about the different uses of advertising in the part that you just heard? Stop and think. Before we go on, I see this little information box, did you know? And it says in 1952, Dwight D. Eisenhower became the first U.S. presidential candidate to advertise on TV. His 30-second ads appeared during popular programs such as I Love Lucy. He spent $2 million on the ads. This equals about $18 million today. In 2012, President Barack Obama spent about $100 million on TV ads. Australia is considering banning political ads on TV because of the high cost. The United Kingdom, like many European countries, limits political advertising. So now we're on to, we've read political ads, we've read advertising for a cause. Now we're going to learn about selling a product. Most advertisements are designed to sell a product or service. Long ago, people depended on friends or family members to tell them about new products. This kind of advertising, word of mouth or unpaid advertising, is powerful. We trust friends and family to give us good advice. If a friend tells you something is terrific, you are more likely to try it. Companies want people to spread good news about their products, but they cannot depend on word of mouth. So they use many kinds of paid advertising. Newspaper and magazine ads are called print ads. At one time, print ads were the most common kind of advertising. Today, companies spend more money on TV ads. They also advertise on the radio, in theaters, and online. Ambient ads. Billboards, signs in stores or on streets, and ads on public buses are called ambient ads. Ambient ads, like the one below, are designed to catch your attention. They are often unexpected and get people talking about the ad and the product or service it offers. You will find ambient ads in unusual places, such as on clothing, receipts, sidewalks, or even at the bottoms of swimming pools. We have a photograph here, and it's the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and it says this ambient ad attracts lots of attention. And then it looks like we have some graphs here. Total money spent on advertising in 2012. And it's listed by country and then money in billions. And it looks like, not surprising, the United States spent the most money. And the country that spent the least is the Republic of Korea. We have a graph here that says money spent on advertising per person and country across the bottom, dollars spent across the top, and this time Australia spent the most money on advertising per person, and China spent the least amount of money on advertising per person. And then we have another did you know? In 2012, companies in the United States spent 3 times as much money on advertising as any other country. Australia spent the most on ads per person, China spent the least on ads per person. However, the amount of money Chinese companies spend on advertising is increasing more rapidly than in any other country. So we have looked at political ads, advertising for a cause, selling a product, ambient ads, and now we're going to see a about online ads. More and more people depend on digital services. So ads now appear on websites, cell phones, and video games. Many email and social networking sites such as Google, Yahoo, Facebook, and Twitter keep track of the websites that people visit. This allows them to send targeted ads directly to users' accounts. For example, if you visit websites about bike racing, you might find ads for racing bikes when you log onto your email. If you search for information about new cars, new car ads may pop up when you go online. So I'm going to ask you to stop here and do some thinking. Stop and think. What did you learn? What more did you learn about the different uses of advertising? And I'm also going to ask you to stop here and do some thinking. What did you learn about product placement? So if you take a look, we have a pie graph today, and it says types of advertising, and it's broken up into different sections: newspapers, magazines, TV, looks like still the most, posters and billboards, radio is the smallest sliver of the pie, theater, and internet. So this is where we're going to stop today, and then on the next couple of slides you're going to get the chance to examine a little more closely some of the text features and how those text features kind of aid in our understanding of this topic.